Welcome back to Power 88. Alex Fuse, Chad Stoba, and Nick Carlson bringing you up until the 8 o'clock hour this morning. Again, packed show this morning, and I know Nick Carlson has been very active on social media this morning on the Alex Fuse Show on Twitter and also on Facebook. And he put out a poll on Twitter asking who is more likely to get into the Hall of Fame this year, Derek Jeter or Curt Schilling. It has to be Derek Jeter because the obvious, but again, I think both are going to get into the Hall of Fame.
Certainly, and if you look at the poll right now, actually all of the votes that have come in so far have been for Derek Jeter.
Whoa. I mean, it's reasonable. I think that eventually both of these two players are going to get into the Hall of Fame. I think Jeter is definitely going to get in this year. And the question is Curt Schilling, is this going to be the year that Curt Schilling gets inducted? Again, we shall see. I think it's going to be this year. He was at 60%. He's in his 8th year of eligibility on the ballot. I think this is the year that Curt Schilling gets in.
If he's going to get in, obviously he's going to have to get in within the next 3 years, either this year, in his 9th or his 10th year of eligibility. Past 10 years, you're no longer eligible. So He's running out of time, as is Barry Bonds, as is Roger Clemens, all in their 8th year. But to your point, I think Derek Jeter and Curt Schilling, both Hall of Famers, both deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, although Derek Jeter certainly has the higher chance as of this year, at least.
And just because of the name. People don't even look at the stats when it comes to Derek Jeter. You hear the name Derek Jeter, Hall of Famer. And I think that's a big difference. I think that's why some of these players get into the Hall of Fame is because of their name. They've made a name for themselves, even after baseball. And that's the crucial thing. I think that's also why A-Rod's going to get into the Hall of Fame. He's changed his whole persona.
Derek Jeter certainly has made a name for himself. Obviously, the captain, as he's so lovingly referred to by Yankees fans and baseball fans in general, really. I'm a Red Sox fan myself, although I respect Derek Jeter immensely for the way he played the game, the way he carried himself, and just all around him as a person. So even if you're not a fan of the Yankees, such as myself, you still have to respect him and the name he's built for himself. As for Alex Rodriguez, on the other hand, I'm not as big of a fan of him, but
let me ask you, Chaz, let me ask you this. Has your opinion changed at all in the last 3 years about Alex Rodriguez?
Outside of baseball, I don't really dislike him as a person. He seems like
anymore, right?
Yeah, outside of baseball, of course.
Genius.
Within baseball, he was almost sort of the villain for a couple years just because of that steroid scandal. Mm-hmm. And because he was on the Yankees, it seems like any big figure on the Yankees has sort of taken on a villain role to an extent just because of the
except
quote,
Jeter.
Evil empire.
Yes, but now it's the Astros.
Title's now been handed over to the Astros. But like you said, Jeter, even playing on the Yankees for his entire career, was never in a bad light. He was never frowned upon by anyone in the league. He's always one of the more respected and loved players in the league throughout his entire career.
Let me throw this one thing out there. I know we're running out of time, but it's whatever. Do you feel like, there's this old saying that good or bad PR, and there's no such thing as bad PR. Do you feel like, I know we talked about early on in the show about this whole Astros scandal, do you feel like it could actually, in a way, help the game because this is taking over the sports talk radio? Look how much time we spent about it on the show in the last 3 days.
Bad PR is definitely, I don't think, something that exists. And the reason that is even you look at someone like Kaepernick, who has gotten a lot of bad PR, a lot of good PR, but the only reason that bad PR isn't really a thing is because if you're getting any amount of PR, your name is in the news. That means people are going to learn about you, they're going to talk about you, they're going to formulate their own opinions on you, and it's going to get your name into discussions a lot more. So really any PR, regardless good or bad, will always get your name talked about and sort of get fans on your side or not, but it's definitely going to get you talked about.
Once again, be sure the poll will be up all day on Twitter at The Alex Fuse Show on Twitter. And be sure to tweet at us what your take is about everything we talked about on the show today. Once again, thanks to Nancy Newman for coming on the show today as well. A big thanks to Nick Carlson and Chad Stoba for being in the newsroom today. And as always, signing off for myself, Nick Carlson and Chaz Soba, I'm Alex Fuse. Have a great rest of your day and be back here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Have a great rest of your day.